Hello ladies, welcome to your English Lord. My name is Lord. Tonight we'll talk about Minecraft. Yes, I know. All the ladies like Minecraft. And you know what else they like? Hermitcraft. The one single, most important thing on everybody's mind today is the Hermitcraft Season 6 reset. And yeah, nope, ain't doing this stupid thing, ain't doing, yeah, roll the stupid do song. There we go, that's better, much better. Almost threw up myself, to be completely honest. Hey guys, welcome to a very stupid thing that I've decided to do for some reason, and that is this silly livestream here. In this one, I will basically, yeah, in this essay, I will present to you the beginning of the Season 6 of Hermitcraft, as seen by myself, ZloXP, and this is basically a proto version of potential podcast type livestream I really want to do with Pixel every week, because truth be told, every week we, myself and Pixel gather together, and we get to basically chat about Hermitcraft for quite a while before we actually do any of actual work. Hi everybody, hi Epic, hi Mosquito, hi Bluebeth, hi Christian Gamer, hi Zombie Clear, hi River Plasma. Everybody, hello, I'm so happy to see you, hi Jakey. So, Hermitcraft Reset, and the idea was basically for that maybe we could make something out of it, and that's why I'm here right now, because I'm basically testing that out, and you will have to suffer because of it. Yay! I have no idea how we kept this song for 65 episodes in the season 5 alone, because this song is annoying beyond annoying. Let's switch to the next one. I apologize. So far, this live stream has been more about the music than it was about anything else. So, how's it going? How's your life? How's everything? That flash in the background is adorable. You think so? It's my wife's. It is my wife's thingamajig. It's from some Korean drama or something like that. Hi, Fresh Waffle. Russia is nice and toasty today, for a change. So, we'll chat about Hermitcraft 6 today, about the reset, about first things first. We need to go through some posts by Higzumavoid himself, and yeah, we will see what's the deal about this season. They say that this season is much different from the rest of them. They are not wrong. And it is very much worth discussing. Music a bit high. Yeah. How about now? Now it should be like proper in the background. It's hot in England and it's summer halls beginning tomorrow. Well, I don't know what summer halls is, so that doesn't mean much for me. Hi Craftbuck. Yeah. Hi everybody. I apologize. I spent way too much time just chatting to everyone. Let me actually say stuff. So, the season started. The map has reset. The map actually itself has a lot going with it. And for all these changes, for all these things, this time they are really embracing something that they wanted to do in the previous season already. And that is not something a lot of people kind of remember. Some people in the Hermitcraft Discord, yes, imagine that, in the Hermitcraft Recap Discord, imagine that, we have Discord like that, had actually reminded me about this, and I had it, like, I remembered it all the time, that basically have noticed that both Ren and Mambo have yet to post videos. Mambo actually announced exact time, it's 18, basically 6 PM EST, I'm pretty sure. I'm not strong in the, brain thinking department, so I can't quite remember how, like, what exact time it was and what exact time zone it was, and I don't know much about time zone, so I can't tell how soon it will be. But Ren, obviously, I just watched through a lot of episodes. The only ones I didn't watch through are Iskal, Stress Monster, and yeah, Green, obviously, because Green has not yet released stuff as far as I know. Was that released like that? No, it wasn't. So Yeah, how you join Hermitcraft Discord? You don't join Hermitcraft Discord. You join Hermitcraft Recap Discord. So yeah, I watched all the rest of them, except for Pythons. Python is also one I didn't watch, and I have actually notes for them already here. So we might go through all of them, one after another. Basically, once we're done with just discussing the season itself. Now, first thing that I really wanted to mention is that this season, like as innovative as they like say it is, it had its beginnings way back in season 5, especially with the custom crafting ideas that they had. Exuma, in the very beginning of the season 5, Exuma said that he had a grand master plan for the like middle of the season master plan to implement custom crafting somehow and to incorporate the custom mob heads into it somehow. He never really tackled exactly, but at one point, like, and I was asked about it and I remembered, so that's why I'm addressing it. At one point, they were actually planning something like that, but they never got to do it because Mojang promised to release custom crafting to the public by update 1.12, and they didn't. And they actually postponed it by 1.14, which then never happened. So only now they gotten to the point where they can actually do the stuff they wanted. And that's kind of the stuff that happened ultimately, because now, if you don't know, they have like a lot of command block things and you know, just generally modifications to the game that aren't necessarily mods, because the server is still vanilla and it's like tweaked here and there. So hi Lyra, hi Alexei, hi Christian. I'm not joining Hermitcraft 6 obviously. No duh. And yeah, all of the modifications they installed are made utilizing either command blocks or basically vanilla Minecraft mechanics. There are still no mods on this, like on server wise. And yes, clearly it's vanilla. Vanilla. It's like it's vanillish. It's like I don't know. It's like ice cream, really. Like it's not actually vanilla. It's like vanillish. It has the tiny taste, tiny amount of taste in it, which does not really taste that bright and specifically. But you get my point. It is still just the game itself. No outer modifications, except for what's actually I found very interesting. Most stuff is coming via command block soon. Oh, soon! I honestly thought that this time Hermitcraft will wait at least like for several months before they implement stuff. That's the impression that I got, because throughout all of the first episodes, what happened was everybody kept finding those custom heads looking items that they like in the game they were called gems. Obviously, these were, and the ones I noticed are amethyst, not ruby, but something else. Amethyst, aquamarine. I don't know what that is. Like, I ain't gonna lie. In my notes, like it says, okay, he find this aquamarine WTF-ery. WTF-ery. So yeah. So there's aquamarine, there's amethyst, there's another third one that somebody else found in the same chest, basically, like in the desert. Yeah, topaz, and they said that there are 4 of them in the overall. So my theory goes that they're basically gonna roleplay Steven Universe. I mean, Minecraft already has lapis, but other than that. Yeah, I've only had one time for one episode and he had an aquamarine. Yeah, so you too watch Zedov. Fascinating. Yeah, I've seen some people in Zedov's comments being like, I have all these members of Hermitcraft to watch, and I'm starting with you, Zedov, because I like you. And I'm like, good for Zedov. I didn't see comments like that on literally anybody else's videos. For some reason, like And I can say this like for myself too. Zedov's fan base is just weird. So that's about the new command block stuff. Other than that, we have the old command blocks modifications, like one player sleep. I'm pretty sure they implemented no Enderman Griffin, which is fire spread is off, which like, okay, I get why you would want something like that, but even in Season 5 I remember people like complaining about fire spread being off a lot. Like, people were going nuts about the fact that Minecraft, Hermitcraft, who are usually just, you know, very vanilla, very like hardcore on their survival stuff. Oh no, they did something that made the game easier for once. How dare they? I've seen a lot of that type of like conversations and comments. And truth be told, I was always on the side that if you have a server of members, and that's just my opinion, honestly, and I never seen it done, to be completely honest, but I feel like if you have a server of members, like of YouTubers, which like sheer sole purpose of it is to make videos and not actually like make creations on the side. Like, the main thing is yes, Exuma did say that the gems will be traded with villagers. I actually heard that in the episode itself, said by somebody else. But yeah, I was always the opinion that if you have a lot of players, you might as well, and like those players are oriented at doing the doing videos, then you actually would want usually to make the game kind of easier for them, even if... Hello, cat! Just randomly cat, come here, be my super villain buddy. Siri, play Despacito. Yeah, the gems are precious, Gollum. oh, sorry, I read that wrong. The gems are precious. Hi, Exuma. So yeah, that's what we know about the gems. That we have amethyst, we have topaz, and we have aquamarine, and they can be found in chests. That we know. I don't remember, and I don't really know if they have custom heads enabled. So let me actually refer to this particular thread posted by Sir Exuma Void personally. So there you go, out of the turtle's mouth. I told you my turtle. I'm proud of myself. So, out of the turtle's mouth, here's the info if you want to check it out. I'll read it out to you like the bullet points, because there's literally bullet points in it. And there is a world border, that doesn't matter. There are mob heads, okay, that's great. One pro sleeper, silent mob, which is like, what is that? A feature to stop entities making sounds. That's the thing. I can see why you would want something like that. I can't wait for somebody to actually make a video about it and explain to me how is that achieved even. Like, I don't even want to know how to use it, I want to see how they made it happen. Because that is... Okay, it's not maybe not something that I would want to have in my personal world, because I have this beat in my brain that like having mob farm and mobs is actually a challenge, so you would usually want to find funny, like a sound muffler. Okay, basically find funny walk around, and yeah, it is probably species by species. I'm just interested in seeing how it works from the perspective of the player. Like, what do you have to do to make your ship shut up? And at the same time, I really want to see how it works from the perspective of command blocks and functions, because I was always interested in that kind of stuff. I just never really gotten to figuring out scripting. So I would love to see that system. Also, Ender Dragon drops Elytra. Nothing new really. Shulkers dropped 2 shells, which I remember back in Season 4 when that was implemented. People went kind of nuts to a degree, just like with Fire Tick being off. And again, I absolutely see why they did it. Maybe name tag it. That would be nice, Wise Weasel. That's a great idea, actually. Like, name tag a ship, just shut up, and it shuts up. How long would you bet Exuma keeps his dope skin and texture for? 1 episode. Yeah, my money on 1 episode, and then he switches back, because consistency is key when you are a YouTuber. No fun allowed. If you started making Minecraft episodes, you should proceed making Minecraft episodes, and don't you dare play Snakebird. I love the like, okay, personal stuff, I know, but I loved Exuma's playthrough of Snakebird. Or Bird Snake. Okay, if you don't know, it's a teeny tiny. X said it was using name tag to name Silence Me. If it was in the episode, Pshtuk, then you are right, and I missed it. Sorry, I missed it. My bad. My bad. Not my bad, but my bad. Bad. Sorry, accent. So, yeah. Yeah, Bird Snake or Snake Bird or one or the other, it was like a tiny puzzle game that probably Exuma himself doesn't remember already. It was way back when. Season 2 or Season 3, sometime like that. He made a playthrough of it. I don't know, for some reason I remember that kind of stupid stuff. Custom crafting. Stairs yield correct amount, like, because, you know, people don't actually... When people make stairs, they apparently don't have, like, leftover material that they throw out. They always make specifically the amount of stairs that they have material for. Which is why it's, like, correct amount. But whatever. Pet peeves are pet peeves. Any color wool can be dyed and re-dyed. And clay and glass can be dyed from any color. They can also be undyed with ice. Plus, what they also implemented, what they showed in the videos, which is not, like, mentioned here, they made it so you can dye any wool using our 8 with like a recipe for like a ring of 8 with the dye in the middle. So that allows you to get 8 dyed wool at once, which honestly I still don't see anybody using ever, because they're freaking Hermitcraft members, and I'm pretty sure they'll have a sheep farm for every color at one point. But then again, like, what do I know? Maybe this will catch on. Maybe this will disorient like a dozen of children who will be watching. Yeah, same as glass. I wonder where's the line between vanilla and not vanilla. There's the line. If you modify the game itself using external mods and forge and that kind of stuff, then it's not vanilla. But if it is, still, if it is like just the regular code done by Mojang, then it's vanilla. That's my divider, really. I can try to see the shenanigans of Green and Mamba. Nah. We'll talk about Green a tiny bit later. So, what else did they do? Wrench, a custom tool. I love this sentence. I just love this sentence. Wrench, a custom tool that rotates glazed terracotta when building with it. Which is like, great. We all need it. Obviously, we all need it. That's a great idea, but why did you call it a wrench? Because now I just imagine some monkey-looking person like banging a bathroom wall with a wrench. Because if terracotta is supposed to be like overglazed clay, with like this patterns and stuff, which in real life is made like with teeny tiny, you know, not cells, but what's the word? Teeny tiny mosaic, then like you don't want to move it with a wrench. Wrench is not the correctest tool. But then again, like wrench will probably not rotate the pistons, droppers, and whatever. I mean, I'm pretty sure by now it is just easier for people to just break them and place them all again. But it's just that nobody is used to using terracotta, which is why they needed an extra tool for it. The feature I personally am most excited for are custom armor stands. I can't wait to see what they do with it, because it's something that is actually in Bedrock Edition to a degree, where armor stands already have arms, and if you shift right click them, they actually change the pose. In fact, you can make them dance, you can make them sing, you can have time of your life. See that girl? Yeah, those were the lyrics to the Dancing Queen. Apple, sorry, I went on a tangent there. But still, you get my point. You can make them dance in Bedrock Edition using redstone. So that's amazing, right? And now they're trying something similar in Java, and that is for me all too exciting. I can't wait to see what they do, especially since people have done such amazing art with armor stands. Especially if you can make them invisible, you can make so many amazing things. And Pshtuk apparently wrote the Armorstand book. Well, he literally wrote the book. on Armorstands. That's amazing, man. That's amazing, man. Thank you so much for this. So yeah, last of all, huge thanks to M Space Dev for doing an amazing job prepping the Rusus pack and making the data pack magic work. So yeah, Rusus pack. Nowadays, everybody on Hermitcraft server seems to be using the new Japa textures, and people have, yeah, no problem. I'm just happy that they will post them, because it's not even about, wait a second, I just realized that I don't even have my donation page open, sorry. Yeah, it's not even that, like, you can make them dance and whatnot. The thing about it is that when first they were implemented, an entire genre was born in the command block community, especially on YouTube, where people would make creations just using Armorstands. Not even invisible ones. People would just pose them in a certain way. People would make them like hold stuff, and it's just their ability to decorate your things using Armorstands is just beyond. It's like there's a lot of it, a lot of things you can do. So yeah, that kind of deal. What else? What else is there to say? Well, map. We'll talk map. We'll talk new member, Grian, and then we'll get to to just episodes. Okay. Armorstands were a before and after addition to the game, especially for map making. You're absolutely right, Epic. Just 100% agree. You're absolutely right. And okay, so map thingy-magic. Now, Exuma did a great job with compiling his beautiful post about you know, just this season, not that kind of stuff. If you feel sarcasm in this, that's only because it's tiny. I am tiny bit sarcastic because he screwed up. He screwed up, kind of, not quite royally, or maybe this was actually intentional, but the map he uploaded, let me just show it to you, because I just love it. It's so Exuma. Yeah, this is it. This is its actual size, and I know that you can probably not see it through like my live stream at all, because my live stream's quality is usually crap. But at the same time, yeah, if you can't read anything on it, that's because no one can, because the resolution he uploaded in is just not well. It's not the best resolution for people to read it in. So don't worry though, Uncle Zloy has you covered. Whoever he is, Uncle Zloy has you covered. And I actually I went through episodes of everybody else, right? I went through everybody's episodes, and no, you cannot zoom in, because check this out. The resolution is so tiny that, what is written in there? Like, what are those letters? Can you see it? It's way too small. It's way too small. It's like, where is it? What is that? Island. Town. Yeah, you can to a degree read stuff, but you know what? Or alternatively, you can... Jeff may have made a zoomed in... Yeah. Now, Jevin has made a zoomed in map an hour ago. ZF made an entire map just for his subscribers. Moral of the story, watch ZF. This is a screen cap from his video. Tangotech has a similar feature where also, yeah, before we go into this, let me just address this, because my mind was kind of blown away. Also, that map is wrong. Yeah. But yeah, my mind was blown away, because what Tango did is he took a giant-sized map of the area, and what he did is, as he was moving at one point between areas, in the lower right, sorry, corner of his screen, you could actually see a mini-map, obviously made in post-production. Like, that was, you can tell that was added in editing the video, where there's like a little arrow tracking him and like showing where he is, and I'm still flabbergasted as to how did he friggin' achieve that? How was that made? Because I cannot see myself being so like precise with it, and it's quite precise. I don't know, maybe he kind of pinpointed like a certain places where he was walking, but still. Anyway, here's a map provided by Zedov. This entire video is just advertisement for Zedov. I apologize. I don't mean to, no doubt. And truth be told, I don't necessarily have even favorite hermits on Hermitcraft. I have favorite hermits, just not on Hermitcraft. You know, just random hobbit that lives in the street. He's my favorite one. But no. It's not about who I do like and do not like. It's about the new season and the map. And the map is this. And you can see that there's a map. Yeah, here it is. Now, first things first is we can see that it is split into sections. Into sections and into areas, obviously. And what they did with it, with the reveal, is each hermit was actually tweeting out a certain areas, like certain areas which made everyone think that those were about to become their own personal personal areas. Like, say if Iskal tweeted out the medieval part, everybody thought that that will be Iskal's base. And my original theory, again, which I admit is stupid, and I'm glad that they didn't go for it. So my original idea was that they would make it so that each of the little mini-maps would be each of their bases, and I was like thinking, okay, you know what would be fun? If each hermit actually got a lockdown, like straight lockdown on his area, and nobody else would be allowed to even like dig in that place, like grab resources from it. The reason why I was thinking that would be fun is because of the NHL controversy in the previous season, when people were basically flipping out because somebody stole like blocks from a mesa. And since everybody found that funny, I was kind of expecting them to maybe go that route. But no, ultimately they just they split them up into districts. And like in season 4, they had like separate district for each area. This time it's just more districts. And this time they are themed not by function, but by the theme, the visual theme of the build. And you probably know all of it. You're just here to kind of, yes, Loy, yeah, good one. You stated obvious. Good for you. Guys, this is for history, okay? We're documenting things. This is important. YouTube has to know the chronicles of the Hermitcraft server, even though it literally has hundreds of actual episodes by the Hermitcraft server. You know, I'm kind of having a cathartic crisis here about the necessity of Hermitcraft Recap and my personal hobby. So, let's just go one by one, quickly. Because, hello, Pixel Riffs. So, the one area I'm most personally interested in, there are two areas that, you're talking yourself out of a job. My job is illustration. I'm an illustrator, freelancer. Hermitcraft Recap is not an actual job. Okay, anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing around. I love doing it. It's my favorite hobby. So, the aqua thing. I personally want to see that. Like, I personally want to see what they do with it as soon as possible, because conduit. Because conduit allows you to breathe underwater and dig things and do stuff. So I can't wait for them to just conduit the entire lake. Like, just the entire lake you can now breathe in. And that would be amazing. And I like, yeah, maybe they will build an underwater city or something like that. We'll see. We'll see. Then we have the medieval area, which, okay, this is where things kind of get interesting, because here you go. We have medieval, industrial, modern, shopping, future, fantasy, pirate island, and aqua, and like part of me is like, yay, different themes for buildings. They're gonna build like basically an entire adventure map. This is gonna be amazing. They are so talented. All the while my skeptic side is telling me, Zloy, chill, they're Minecrafters and they're still playing Minecraft. They'll build a gigantic, amazingly detailed medieval area and then 1 or 2 houses in the rest of them. Like, at the same time, like, I don't want to jinx it. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not being like Schadenfreude here. And you'll figure out why I might be Schadenfreude myself in a moment, once we talk about another era. And so the thing is that it's just Minecraft itself lends itself much better and much like more convenient to building medieval themed things, medieval castles, medieval houses, medieval everything. So building medieval in Minecraft is, compared to everything else, kinda easy. Building modern is kinda hard. Building industrial is just terrifyingly hard. Fantasy is okay. So fantasy actually is blooming already as an area. So that is pretty good. Because guess what? Wood and cobblestone are free! Yeah. Not if log fellas make a return. No, if they make a comeback, yeah. They'll find a way to scam you people out of stone too. To this day, one of my favorite clips is just Exuma running by Zombie Cleo's place during the Lockfella crisis and going, "Hey, you have a unlicensed tree farm." She's like, it's not a tree farm, it's a garden, I'm just trimming it. And he's like, "Loopholes!" and runs away. You can tell it's one of my favorite beats because I remember it. Hence why there was a massive medieval era chosen compared to... Yeah, that too. It is significantly more bigger, and it's specifically like several hundred blocks bigger than the modern one. Like, if you look, like, modern ones look tiny down there. You can't even tell, like, and I mean, Zedov didn't do that good of a job, like, by, like, separating the things, but hey, at the earliest he didn't upload, like, a 600x600 picture. I'm still pissed about it. Stone is just fossilized food. Okay. That was one of the first... Yeah, see? I'm not alone. I'm not alone. So, like... Anyway, so... You might find that I'm a tiny bit stingy and Schadenfreude-ish about it. There's a reason. You see, the reason is this tiny thingy-magic. This little piece of land in the middle of the ocean. See it? No, it's there. Sorry, I'm mistaken left and right constantly. See this thing? Screw that thing. So, basically, get this. Couple of days ago, I was like playing on the server on which I'm making videos. I met my jaw just hurt. Anyway, the thing was that just a couple of days ago on the server on which I record, I was like, hey guys, how about we start a Pirate Cove area in which we do aquatic stuff for aquatic update, and like, yes, let's do this. And then, like, for an entire year before, I was role playing on the side of vanilla as a pirate. And then they go and do this. And guess who? Like, guess who decided to build on this little piece of land? Scar and Zombie Cleo. So, not only I am already using the same shtick as her, as in she's a zombie, I'm a zombie. Not only am I already a cheaper Russian knockoff of her channel, now I'm even more of a knockoff of her channel because she's apparently a pirate now. Also, I'm one thing I'm very surprised about is that, given the opportunity to actually become Pirate Land was my baby. It's clear. I'm so grateful. This is so it's cool. Like, I might say that, oh, I might be not happy that it's like, oh, now people will recognize me for the knockoff that I am. But no, really, it's great. But at the same time, and correct me if I'm wrong, did you see Iskal's episode already? Because I have not. You're both pirates stealing from each other, is your thing. It's okay. It's not stealing, it's piracy. If you take something from somebody else and they still have that something, it's not stealing, it's piracy. This is how I got Premiere Pro, I'll have you know. It is not how. I want to watch Trust Monster. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Iskal is not actually building on this thing. So that's kind of interesting that, given the opportunity to actually literally become a pirate rock star, which Iskal said always was his idea, like his grand dream of his childhood, he actually did not go for it. That I find kind of interesting, fascinating. It's almost as if our childhood dreams are stupid and we probably shouldn't follow them as adults. Then again, my childhood dream obviously was to become a Hermitcraft Recap person. He is a pirate. Okay, he is a pirate after all. That warms my stupid heart. So I think it has out in the icebergs with stress. Please tell me they're in a Titanic. So we went through the new stuff on the server. We went through the map. We went through the game rules. We went through the modifications. Groin. No, not groin. Groan. See, I wanted to do a Kuralis and come up with a funny name for him, but the name that I came up with was groin, and groin is already a word. I apologize. Graon. I'll call him Graon from now on for funsies. Grain. Grayan. in the Hermitcraft Recap Discord, we've been coming up with stupid names for him this entire time. Greenon. Yeah, he's a part of Hermitcraft now. It's great. It's great to finally see him on the Hermitcraft. I don't have an issue with this. Like, it might constantly sound that I have an issue with it, but really, I don't have an issue with that. I feel he fits perfectly. He's great. He's a great addition, and I'm looking forward to the amount of new viewers that he'll bring to Bifa, who had him in a literal thumbnail. Yeah, I just love it. Everybody is so cute with their, like, Hermitcraft Season 5, like, screenshots, thumbnails, branding, that kind of stuff. Bifa slaps a giant arrow pointing towards green and like, look, we have green on Hermitcraft. Now click my video and watch it. I haven't watched it yet. Like, he's another person. I'm so happy to see Bifa back. I'm so happy to see Bifa back. But I didn't have to see his videos. Like, that's the reason I haven't watched certain people yet is because I scheduled this stream. And yes, Pixel, if you're absolutely right, the arrow is pointing towards his his trousers. Look at this man's crotch. Anyway. Green feels great, and I'm just I'm really pissed off at all the people who kept screaming "Add green to Hermitcraft" in comments, and these were really annoying. Okay, Doug, I'm running a freaking Hermitcraft channel, and people like Hermitcraft Recap channel, right? I'm not an actual hermit. I'm not an admin. I'm not anything, and people come to me like, Zloy, why isn't green on Hermitcraft? I'm like, for a variety of reasons, perhaps. And I do get it. That's the thing. That's my problem. Now they can go back to screaming about Logical Geek Boy. Yeah. Should I go salty or should I not? I will not go salty about Logical Geek Boy. But yeah, Green's pants, and only his pants are on Hermitcraft Season 6. But yeah, and I understood when people kept screaming about it before the Evolution SMP, and I honestly, again, sweet spot in my heart for Evolution SMP, love it, which is why I kind of was hoping that he wouldn't join. Like, that's my personal, like, not curiosity, cautiousness, because now one of two things might happen. Green will either do 2 videos on Evolution and drop it, or do 2 videos on Hermitcraft and drop it. And seeing how Green is one of those content creators that I actually feel is very reliable, like, in this giant, like, trash bag of YouTube, and especially in the more, like, popular amongst the kids trash bag of YouTube, there is this cherry-picked, like, big but still, like, very very convenient, very obscure by comparison channels that don't make just videos calling, hey, how do you make a portal to the frozen dimension whenever a new Frozen film comes out, and instead actually put effort into their videos and consistently upload quality entertainment for like everybody, and cover like and still kind of keep their dignity up. And then like, yeah, Green is one of those. Green is obviously one of those, and I always saw them like one of those beacons of hope for popular content on YouTube, because basically there was like this area in which I was like, oh no, Minecraft is dead. Minecraft is dying. The only people who are getting popular playing Minecraft are terrible clickbait people. And but then I was like, I was literally in the dark spot. I was contemplating quitting YouTube, and also just, you know, quitting. And then I saw him, the person who actually randomly appeared with more than 1 million subscribers, with like lots of views, very popular, everybody loves him, and he also makes quality content. And that's when my heart like, it's not all of it is lost. Thank you, Green. For yeah, you get my point. I'm exaggerating, but really it kind of was how it was at one point, where to me Green was like this beacon of hope. Like, oh, he can do this thing without, like, he can get popular without being a part of a larger network, without like this clickbait and that clickbait. And suddenly, yeah, I really like his content, so I do expect him to consistently put out Hermitcraft episodes. I don't know what will happen with Evolution, and truth be told, Evolution itself is a strong server. It does not necessarily need to rely on Green. So yeah, that's kind of my stance on it. I'm happy that he's on. I'm pissed off that all the people who kept screaming in the comments and annoying everybody got proven right. I hate when that happens, but it's worth it. And in the end, I just can't wait what to do. So yeah, with that said, we basically covered all of the new stuff, and I apologize if I went on too long of a tangent here. Well, Minecraft will know Green from Crafted Movie, if I'm right. Yeah, Crafted Movies was the channel. And yes, he is the only new hammer. That is another thing that I still love about this season. Like, okay, we'll have a new hammer, but only one. Go away. Like, who will be new hammers? We'll have one. That's it. Just no. So yeah. That's basically it for the new stuff. This is where we go to the old stuff, as in like members and things. Because I actually did go through everyone's episodes and check them out. So let me just recommend you some viewing material basically right now, because I'm pretty sure you guys already saw it. So if you have something to say, do say in the comments out there. See, this time I didn't left and right. I did the right one. And sushi dish. Listen, here's a thing about Jancy, Jack Frosted Miner, basically anybody popular or anybody from like Deep End. The thing about big people, well, not physically big, like big people joining Hermitcraft or any other server, that you have to consider is that, first of all, for a person to join Hermitcraft, every single Hermit has to agree. And it's really hard actually to get people to get, okay, let's say there's 8 active Hermits whose opinion they're currently listening to. Having 8 people agree on where to go to get some food is near impossible. Imagine 8 people at once agreeing unanimously on anything at all. Like, I'm surprised they got so many people in the single collab this time. So yeah. And yeah, Zombie Clear, thanks for confirming. We ignore all campaigns, because that confirms that Logical Geek Boy will never be on Hermitcraft, because he's campaigning to be on Hermitcraft, and that's just dirty. You cannot do this and like seriously expect this to work. So yeah, Ever so has the same problem. Let's show up first, and about 20% will win a month still play. Which, yeah, something to think about with this one again. We actually have some very consistent people. Well, not we, but you know, we the Hermitcraft fan base. This time Hermitcraft, like, they don't have the inconsistent ones. Only people that I would guess might quit after just a very short while are Bifa, because he usually does that, and iJevin, because he usually does that. That's the thing about Cleo. She might disappear because work and life, and she has 2 cats to nurture, damn you. She has stuff to do instead of playing Minecraft. So that's one person. And the rest of them are actually the consistent ones. Like, if you really look at it, Iskal will make Hermitcraft episodes till the death of him, and so does Stress. So Capfan has been releasing 3 videos per week, all the way till the end of 5th season, so he's consistent beyond consistent. Scar, I'm less likely to be bot playing because Armorstands. I'm trying to praise you! Don't go about ruining the effect. To be fair, it doesn't mean he'll never be on Hermitcraft, just means his road to Hermitcraft series isn't going to factor. Yeah. But then again, honestly, if I met somebody who had a series called Get on Zloy's channel, I would never allow them on my channel. Specifically for that reason, because at one point he thought that this might actually work. Like, specifically for that reason. But yeah, are you going to be defending horses again? At this point, probably. So we have Scar. Scar, the only like way I see Scar quitting anytime soon is if his sickness kicks in, which is depressing. So let's not talk about. Tangatech was consistent all the way till the last couple of months, where he started working on his What If series more and more. But I can't see him going back to Hermitcraft like in just absolutely amazingly, because he basically stopped doing Hermitcraft only when his base was basically finished. Like, his base was ginormous and he actually finished it. I'm amazed by it. I can't wait to download the vault and just fly around. Exuma Falls, all been releasing videos all the way to the end of season 5. So yeah, my view in the future, my crystal ball magic here is telling me that no, people who uploaded today will be uploading basically till the end of the season, if not like at the very least till the middle of the season. So yeah, that. Like, at the same time, I even expect XB Crafted to come back at some point, because he always does. XB Crafted is like, I don't know, none of the comparisons I can come up with are pleasant, so I'll just not compare. Because do you notice that that things that keep coming back to you all the time are usually unpleasant ones, like arthritis, cockroaches, that kind of stuff. And XB Crafted is a nice person. He's a great content creator. On not of the new Hermit thing, we look on that quality, consistency, and fit. Okay. I don't know. I'm friends with Whip. I'm biased. Anyway, I digress. I digress. This has been too opinionated. This vlog. So let's see. I'm glad I got in early. Yeah. Oh, you meant on Hermitcraft. I thought you were talking about the live stream, because early on it was actually some quality entertainment. By now I'm just rambling. So let's see. Let's go through everybody's videos, okay? Because everybody all has one. So let's go with my favorite person this week. Not generally, but this week. Freaking Jevin. Where do I begin? Now, I am... Okay, at one point, pixelfunai were basically splitting hermits, where he would cover each week one set of them, and I the rest of them, like just to split up the thing. And one thing I instantly got to appreciate in iJevin is that obviously his life is might tiny bit, well, not a mess, but he's a content creator. He has to create content. You have to respect everybody who edits their videos. And iJeven obviously puts effort into it, but one thing that quickly became a drinking game for me is pinpointing editing flubs in iJeven's videos. I wouldn't usually point them out in the actual comments, but I would just, just a funny game for me to play. But this time I lost all of it, because not once was his video fully edited. He actually put effort, and it even has a whoosh transition. Whoosh transition. Oh my god, like, yeah, he has a whoosh transition, and it's great. It's nice. It's nice to see. It's legit, like, quality bump for him. The problem is that he's kind of screwed up everybody else's video, because in the middle of a collab, he said the word bullshit. And God bless him. I only know about it because Pixel told me. It's not in his own video, by the way. It's not in his own video. It's only in everybody else's. I only found out about it because Pixel told me. Pixel told me, and somebody in Hermitcraft Recap Discord was actually, iJeven swore on the Hermitcraft! I'm pretty sure it's in either Bifas or somebody else. It's just so brilliant. But that's beside the point. That's just something I find kind of funny for myself. I don't want to hop on iJeven. God knows, behind the scenes I swear like a sailor. A drunk sailor. So yeah, it's definitely Stress Monsters. Okay, but so it might be on Stress Monsters for like not editing it out. Plus, on top of everything, maybe Stress Monsters just can't tolerate that kind of language on her channel. Like, it's her channel, she can do everything. Like, I've seen people who don't say the word crap in their videos. I have no idea how those people live, how those people record Minecraft without saying the word crap 5 times in the same sentence, because I do. So yeah, I thank you daily. I love my goals too. So basically, Jeven, I really doubt Stress Monster is getting demonetized. But yeah, you get my point. Wise Weasel, I'll ban you for just that one. Like, how dare you say heck on my Christians? Is it just me, or did this live stream go absolutely off the rails? But yeah, iJeven, quite proud of, okay, I shouldn't say proud because it's not like it's my achievement, but he actually got an entire house built. I'm amazed. Several people got their entire starter house built in the very first episode, and it actually looks pretty. Like, there's only one dirt box, and I'm pretty sure it's like by Exuma? Question mark? Not really. But yeah. Weasel, I was obviously joking. Hi, I was being sarcastic. I was not doing it, but dropping. Yeah. Jenny's house is great. It's very modern. I'm pretty sure it is in the modern era, which is in some sort of spruce biome. Loved it. Claire doesn't have a starter house. She has a starter friggin' ship. And not the flying type. I mean, not the flying, buying woody animal that, yeah, certain people drag on leads. No, but more on that later. So, what else? What else can I say about Jeven? Yeah, he built a house and he basically discussed his plans for the server, and this is where he kind of got me like legit hooked. I think it's fair if people make YouTube content just to be on Hermitcraft. That's the point of it. Crunched. No, you're not making a point. It is on a shipwreck and called the Drowned Phantoms. Thank you for this. I will make sure to include this in the next Hermitcraft recap. Like, this week on Hermitcraft, Iskal doesn't know the difference between the Drowned and Phantoms. Oh, and also green is on. It's like, that will be the headline, and then like in teeny tiny fonts, like, oh, and green is also on the whitelist now. I love it. I just love it. Welcome to Hermitcraft Recap. We're jerks! Anyway. Jaren got me hooked. For once. It's that he actually has a legit plan, and the plan sounds interesting. What he teased is he's saying that one of his ideas is to basically get involved with everyone and collab with everyone, which is something that everyone is saying. Like, out of all the videos I watched, not one of them hasn't this mentioning that they want to just collab. They want to collab with everybody. They want to hop from the area to area, constantly building, making stuff, making progress, helping each other. And that's great, and that's something that was a lot of people pointed out that was missing from the previous season, from the season 5, and was pretty amazing on season 4, which I'm pretty sure that's where they're drawing the inspiration. Something I completely forgot to mention is that they are doing the shopping district this time the same way as season 4, where they are dropping all the shops in the same area, and people are actually allowed to build in those shops, which yeah, people are allowed to build shops that sell items, is what I meant. Which is why I can't wait for TFC to once again just set sail to get in like all the diamonds on the server just by selling stuff that he mined out. TFC is a mining machine. I'm afraid of that, man. Like, if a person has enough perseverance in him to dig out this amount of resources and then sell them, yeah, that's terrifying. But yeah, I didn't watch TFC's episode this week. Not yet. Didn't have time yet. He was at the very top of the list. He's like, and I go like, I go actually from the bottom of the list to the top of the list. So he was at the very top on the hermitcraft.com bit. Didn't get to him. He is awesome though. Particularly Joe Hills just stayed alone for season 5. I wouldn't say it's staying alone, because Joe Hills got involved and he actually was actively seeking out collabs. Who else? TFC was collabing with Wells, fairly okay, and Cleo, where she didn't make it like an active collab, she actually got it in the passive collab, I feel, and that's something that you have to always consider. Like, passive collab is when you prank somebody or when you deliver something to somebody else. Like, those still are like points. Those are still work. So yeah. And the second thing that Jaren wants to do is he has some sort of a mega project in mind. And last time I saw Jaren build large scale, it was pretty great. And he also tore it down. I'm not making fun of him, okay? I'm not trying to make fun of Jaren. Not actively. I might be like, but I'm just recounting funny things that he did. And at one point in season 4, and I don't know if you guys remember this, and if you remember this, you might have felt pretty stupid at that point too, just like I did while watching. Because at one point on Hermitcraft season 4, he built a castle, right? In medieval style castle. He built a castle, he built stalls for trading, he built stuff, and then midway into the season he's like, I don't like it. And he blew it up! The maniac! He blew it up! Darn him! Darn him all to heck! He blew it up, right? And afterwards, like, that's not even half the thing. You don't do that in Minecraft. If you build something you're not happy about it, you just go into a different place and you build there. No! He felt the need to rid the world of his castle for one reason or another. And after he did, you'd think that he would build something on that same area, right? That's why he blew it up, right? No! He went underground and built something underneath it. So yeah, when a guy has that kind of effort to spare, that kind of free time to put in his videos, I'm honestly tiny bit terrified when he's saying that he will build one massive mega project. It might like take the whole map with it. Sorry, I'm tiny bit too excited about Jaren doing silly things. It left me baffling way back when. It left me just surprised, but like in a silly way. So yeah, that's iDriven, that's his thing. What else do we have? What else do we have? We have like a lot. I'm just kind of spinning the wheel basically. There's a dot bot and I'm just throwing dots at it and deciding who else can I talk about. So yeah, let's talk WellsNet while we're at it. Speaking of people who have like enormous effort and apparently time to do this thing, WellsNet has promised, bless his heart, that throughout the first week and possibly a couple of months, I make the Hermitcraft Recap videos. You'll understand why. I'm for the first week of Hermitcraft and possibly first several months of this season, he will be doing daily Hermitcraft content. And like, for literally anybody who is not me, it's just good news all around. It's great. You come home from work, you wake up in the morning, you open your PC, well, like, you don't open your PC unless you have a laptop, but you fire up your PC and you're like, golly gee willikers, a new WellsNet video! I can watch something and be entertained for half an hour. Daily! His videos are 30 minutes! And yes, he did daily episodes last season. Not in the beginning of the show, I'm pretty sure, but he did. And it was pretty cool, it was pretty great watching them. So don't get me wrong, I'm not happy about it. I don't dislike this fact. But I like having a lot of content. I'm just tiny bit scared of maybe like just one week I won't have time to watch his videos throughout the week. And I'll have to absorb 7 videos of his into me in a single weekend. And okay, let's just fun math with Zloy, okay? Baldi's basics in learning and education here. 7 by half an hour. That's 3.5 hours of pure WellsNet every weekend for several months. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm only complaining because I'm making Hermitcraft Recap. If I wasn't, if I didn't have to also edit through this, I would be just happy. Here I'm kind of confused about what I feel about it, because on one hand, yay, not WellsNet. On the other, oh my god. His 25 aquatic update facts was great. Okay. I may have to do WellsNet. Yeah, welcome to WellsNet Recap. We already kind of had it at one point in season 4. Not. Yeah, it's season 4. Imagine if you had Fullcraft free recaps as well. I would strangle myself. Not even by like a rope. I would just go. Okay, guys, bye. So yeah, well, Randog just uploaded. Green's episode should be out soon, and Mumble will be in an hour. Thank you, Pixel. That is great. Pixel, the human equivalent of an alarm clock. Just kidding. I talked to Wells the other day. He actually answered for once. That's great. WellsNet, truth be told, if there's like a Hermitcraft member that you can always rely on at answering, it's usually either Bifa or WellsNet. Like the rest of them also are pretty active within their community, but WellsNet is actually almost actively seeking out people to chat about his channel with. Maybe because he has like so much to say. I look like a real zombie there. Dude, I can't color grade my webcam to make me look green. Not green, but you know, actual color green. Fullcraft free recap sounds awesome. Do that. No. So, yeah. Basically, for his own video, he builds a house and goes caving. And once again, WellsNet's house is, I'm pretty sure Capfan was going by it, or somebody else. I don't know. It might have been. Let me see. It's either Tanga Tech or I don't know. Basically, WellsNet house. Somebody was just walking by and was, oh, that's Wells's. And they just couldn't know it. They just knew it just by looking at it. So that's about Wells. He built a house and that looks pretty good, so I do absolutely recommend his videos on it. And he did go for mining, and I'm pretty sure he actually found diamonds. He's one of several people who found diamonds like first day. You will not believe what some people found first day. Exuma in particular found death on the first day. Yay! Okay, get this. First death of the season. Exuma Void. Drowned. What happened, buddy? Just you. Of anyone. Like, I expected anyone and anything to happen. I expected, I don't know, Python to blow himself up with like TNT. I expected Mamba Jamba just randomly being killed by Green for dragging him into this mess. I expected, I don't know, something else. I expected Scar, and Scar did die in his episode. Exuma just drowned on his way back up. Because he didn't press control. Yeah, Hank, you're absolutely right. He couldn't. He forgot to press control and swim up. Makes you think, really. He did find the treasure, though. He did find the treasure, and items now float, which saved myself many times, because usually when your items drown to the bottom of the ocean and you can't get them back from down there, you can only like dive so much. But yeah, he's been doing too many snapshot videos. And yeah, how do you do that? Like, he did so many snapshot videos, and he forgot that you can swim faster by sprinting underwater. And Green uploaded, yay! Congrats to him. So yeah, but treasure and death is, and his turtle brothers, because Exuma actually started with his stupid turtle skin. He had a turtle head, which, frankly, he technically he is a tortoise, not a turtle, because turtles lives on water, a tortoise lives on land. A turtle's not a tortoise. It's not hard to understand. Everybody keeps calling Exuma a turtle man, which I don't know. To me, he looks more like a tortoise. The thing about him is that not only did he find turtles and a treasure and his first death ever, he found a stronghold. Just, he was like, hey, I'll go for a swim. Oh look, a stronghold, day 1. Boom! It's basically, oh look, a stronghold! Mig drop, tune down for what? You get my point. Yeah, he's a tortoise because turtles wouldn't drown so easily. There's a guy called Super Turtle. Yeah, I don't care. Will turtle and woman be friends or foes? You know, turtles and tortoises are eating worms. Turtles also are known for eating plastic bags, so not really. Mig drop and then the Mig slowly like floats to the surface. Okay, so one other thing that I got from Exuma's episode is this particular quote, where Green is like, guys, can somebody explain to my viewers what Hermitcraft actually is? And someone from the crowd, I don't remember who exactly, but I grabbed it from Exuma's episode specifically, says, we are a big psychotic dysfunctional family. Which, yeah, might elevate your heels to that creepy uncle, but I don't know. I just love that quote. I want it. I want it embroidered, some bedazzled on a wall in my house. Hermitcraft, where, oh, it was Tipsy. That makes it even funnier. Anyway, speaking of Stronghold, Tango Tech dropped a very interesting nugget on information, like a very fascinating one, and it's like, okay, I didn't know how to react because, okay, get this. So, Tangatek was talking about his plans for the thing, and this season he plans like, okay, I'm gonna build my base, and then I'm gonna also build like everywhere. So basically, like just like everybody's playing. His plan is to just build his own base in the fantasy biome, dig it underground to prevent himself from spreading out too vastly, from doing too much stuff, basically overloading himself. And then somewhere he mentions that, oh, and I also want this season to get Elytra as soon as possible. And then he adds, maybe next episode. This means one of two things. First, he might go and fight the dragon on his own, which I don't see him doing. Not because he can't, but because it's supposed to be a group event. And Ixuma found the stronghold, they can do that. But something I wish was like it was. Something I wish it was is that I wish he said that because he had a plan to go into the end alone and then using some, I don't know, redstone trickery or whatever, actually go to the end cities without defeating the dragon. Because that is possible. That is beyond possible. You can easily bridge your way across to the outer end. It will take several hundred of blocks from you. But it is possible, and it is possible even bridging far enough from the base island, like center island, without dragon attacking you. So there is a chance, always a chance, that this will work. Will he go for it or not? That I don't know. But if he would, and he could also make a flying machine, that would actually require much more effort, because you need to not just build a flying machine, you need to build it so that while the dragon is distracted somehow. So if he does that, I don't know. I would upload this person. If he doesn't, okay, that just means episode 2 will be the friggin' dragon fight. And if, like, say, Tango is planning on uploading an episode every week, that would mean that next week they're fighting the dragon, which I won't put past them, because last season they fought the dragon. Basically, they like okay, oh hey, a dragon, dead. So yeah, that's another thing. Basically, as for his own stuff, he basically he visited the community area and in the middle of the fantasy land, and I don't know if you can see that, but in the fantasy land there has to be, okay, there has to be this one. I don't know if we can see it on the map. Fantasy, somewhere in this lake, in the literal middle of it, there has to be a certain mountain, which he called Mount Tango, which he also later added, that's not a demand, don't actually mount me. So yeah, and that island is where he wants to build something, or he said he'll either tear down that little pillar like thing, mountain, or he will dig in the middle of it, like into it, all the way down and to this underground area of his. So he has some big plans, obviously, because it's Tango Tech, he always has big plans. He'd have to resign the flying machine for 1.15. Yeah, 1.15 might break the flying machines, so won't count it. What else do you have? Cup fan of all people. Spawned in a tree. Server just spawned him head first in the treetop. Like, he's standing on the ground, but his head is in trees. He's like stuck. He's like, hi guys, I'm in a tree. Scar actually called him Tree Fan on Twitter and posted that picture, so check that out if you didn't see it. And yes, a horizontal pillar is called a bridge, in fact. Yeah. What else? What I found interesting is something you can't really see on this map. Capfan, obviously, I'm pretty sure it's this island down here. down there. This one. This one. The area Captain seems to be most interested in is called the moon base area, and Scar is also interested in too. You see, they basically plan on transforming an entire biome into a single moon, on which they want to build like rocket ship and UFOs and Vexes probably, because that's what they do. And Captain just mentioned it, really. He showcased it, he's like mentioned it, and it's such a Captain project. Like, after the last season and all the space stuff he pulled, that was a Captain project, obviously. But this time Scar actually said that he has plans for it too, and at the same time he said that he also wants to tie it to the pirate island somehow. Which that's like one thing I don't understand. Space pirates is my only guess here as to what they want to do with it. So yeah, can someone tell me which Hermit left Hermitcraft this season? They don't leave Hermitcraft, they just don't show up. So yeah, Vexes are aliens, yes. Grzek or Grzek, sorry, or Grzek. I apologize, I butchered your name. So Vexes are aliens, or alternatively, they are moonmen. So when season 6 comes to an end, ultimately, we will say goodbye, moonmen. Goodbye, moonmen. Goodbye. See, all the moonmen want things their way, but we make sure they see the sun. So, any ideas with what's in the reserved area? I'm pretty sure they're just keeping it for now. Like somebody wanted to do something with it, but they're either waiting for themselves to release the idea, to release like their own vids or something like that. And yeah, XB said that if he joins Hermitcraft, he'll join it later because currently he's too drained on vanilla Minecraft. So oh, okay, and also Capfan actually confirmed that there are five types of gem. So we only saw 3 so far. What are the other 2 and why are they in the game? They plan to do something with villager trading about it. They'll probably spawn custom villagers to give them certain items, but why would they want to give something unachievable? Basically, what would you want with this? Something unachievable in regular Minecraft. Why? Because if they're... See, that's the thing, Hermitcraft still is a pretty legit server. So, they wouldn't make those custom heads, probably. Custom heads. Did they ever confirm that it is in fact custom heads? Because it seems like it will be. Seeing how everything else would be considered cheating and exploiting. And giving yourself like an upper hand through modifying the client. But if it's custom heads, then it actually makes sense, makes proper sense. Or maybe it is a debug stick, but debug stick would be a tiny bit too cheaty in my personal opinion. So yeah, sorry, hello everybody in the chat to who I hadn't said hello. I was basically on a giant rant about Hermitcraft. Access thread on the subreddit said that. Okay, that's great. That's great. So that leaves us Tanga Tech out, Exuma Code. False is the one person I have not talked about yet. And first things she does, like my notes say, first thing she does is gets a poisonous potato from Python. He just throws it at her. Like literally first present she got on the server. Here, have a poisonous potato. She took it and she said that she will keep it. So like you know how in Fallout when you do something and there's like a little message saying this person will remember this. That's kind of what showed up. Like Python throws a poisonous potato at her and she's like, False will remember this, and then she kind of disappears into the sunset, like, into the darkness. So yeah, that. What else did she do? She got a present from Rendok of all people, and again, Rendok has not yet basically checked in, and he hasn't yet posted anything. We have Falls basically set out on a beach on some area. I don't remember which one. Oh yeah, claimed an area seemingly in a fantasy district, like as far as I can gather. I don't know, maybe she actually spelled out which area she took. I don't know. I simply don't know, like I was kind of rushing her episode to get to the stream. So that's false, and finally we get to the 2 people that I have left. Oh, it's 3 people. Also Zedov. So let's talk Zedov. Yeah, Rendok just posted. I know, guys. I started streaming before he posted. So Zedov. His idea is basically to be a nomad and run around and put several bases in several districts, which seems to be everybody's idea to a degree, because Wellsnet mentions the same exact thing. Like, Wellsnet, Zedov, and somebody third, I remember, saying that they don't plan on actually having a single area to live in. They actually want to wander around and set up several camps, which once I see Graphoniac do on Magicraft, and that was nice of her. It looked nice, and stumbling upon her camps, and that's what I really hope they will end up doing. Like, somebody will. And yeah, Joe Hills apparently said the same, that he will be basically a wandering builder, like constantly building stuff. I look forward to people just stumbling upon each other's builds and discovering them, because that will be the most fun part of the server. Coming into a certain district and just looking at it. And what at the same time is a problem with that lifestyle is that if you don't have a permanent proper base, then you don't get permanent proper blocks. It's really hard to progress in Minecraft and get hi Free Toy. It's really hard to progress in Minecraft and actually get items that would allow you to build beautiful things, unless you have settled in a certain area. So I'm looking forward to figuring out how they will deal with it. If they will deal with it, maybe community farms will save them. But then again, you cannot community farm a mesa. You cannot community farm diamond tools. Well, you can if you have villagers, but you get my point. You cannot like community farm that much resource so that you can just run around building stuff here and there and there, and then having like 10 different locations for your base. I'm just hoping that it will work out, because to see that actually come through, to see that system of base managing actually implemented in a survival let's play, I haven't seen it yet once. Outside of single player, because in single player obviously the entirety of the world is yours and you can just muck about. I look forward to it being much more interactive. Wouldn't hold my breath, because time zones are a thing. Time zones are a thing. I'm afraid that will kind of nuke the idea of people constantly collabing with each other, but I sure hope that we will see a lot of it. I saw some of the comments were lucky with all the loot from the pirate ships. Yeah, they sure were. Yeah, a fun quote from Zedov is that he says that he basically plans to beg, borrow, and steal his way through the season, which technically makes him a pirate, but he's not settled in the pirate island just yet. Now, who is... And yeah, he found a aquamarine thingy-magic, because he found a spider spawner, so good for him. I saw some of the comments were lucky with all... Yeah. And we basically have just two more people that I watched to cover, so after which I will go and cover more people, because this week, even though like we will be doing a day 1 recap literally tomorrow, so I need to work on it. So I need to get working already. So Scar and Cleo are settling on the pirate island. There will be pirates, and Cleo actually already. Yeah, she's rolling in. She's done it. She's gone and done it. She already has the ship. Like, everybody else has, like, a starter house, a cave. She has a ship. Not the bar one, the one that floats on water. She only has sails left. Like, it took her basically 1 episode to create a vessel. I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted, especially since I keep building, Minecraft ships in my episodes, and these are just Like, they are hard to build. Like, ships are one of the things that are hard to build, and she nailed it first try. Once she did add some detalization, it's going to be terrific. It's going to be amazing. I'm very jealous, and good for her. And yes, Scar did build a starter cave, which, okay, it's a hole in the ground, but it is currently a very pretty hole in the ground. So I'm willing to cut him some slack. In fact, I'll cut him a lot of slack. He's done an amazing job, and again, with both of them, for a starter build, it is beyond impressive. Like, it is beyond impressive what they did by simply, you know, starting this season. Claire actually is locating herself on an island tiny bit away from the pirate island, just so she has some more space to build like stuff apparently, and because she wanted her ship to be kind of en route away from the Tortuga, from the pirate island into a different area. So that looks cool. What, like, again, about Cleo, it would be like one thing if she just built a ship. She built it halfway underground and she actually drained it. So without, like, with no sponges, just regular old gravel. This server, I swear to God. So, okay, and also she got carrots from Scar and gave him a bed. So from now on, we can officially start saying that Scar is sleeping in Cleo's bed. Scar is actually, like, one thing that I really hope that he will go for is, he's mentioned that he wants maybe to go for a steampunk pirate style. So the two routes he wants to take are either a classic pirate or a steampunk pirate. And I sure hope he goes with steampunk because of my personal preferences, but I'm fine either way. In fact, I would actually prefer if he just did both. There is also like an amazing clip in which he just sitting talking to his subscribers. He goes into double F5 and suddenly Exuma appears in his turtle skin behind his back. That was fun. And yeah, he built a pirate cove. It looks great, and it's a great start for a very promising area. I look forward to the pirate area more than any other, really, because it at the same time has some great potential in it, but also seems not to be as crowded as, say, medieval. So yeah, Steampunk is really difficult style to build. Any style at this point is like difficult to build. But yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's it for people I covered. So sorry if I spoiled the entire season for you. That's kind of my job. And yeah, I look forward to the rest of it. I'll be watching all the remaining episodes after this stream. For now, yeah, that's all the things I had. So it might be more passive co-op than playing directly together a lot of the time, and that's fine. Like that seems to be, that's still, yeah, it's still less isolationist. And on top of that, it actually, like, from a content making perspective, it kind of makes it way easier to make episodes when the world around you is constantly changing, when you have something to react to, when you have something to interact with. Like, oh wow, there's a pirate ship at my shore. It was not there yesterday. This is where I used to fish, and now there's a pirate ship out there. Well, I better go check it out. I'm gonna go there. And yeah, sorry, Andrew. Yeah, about spoiling the thing. It's what I do, okay? So yeah, one thing I want to ask you guys while I have still some of you here is okay. First of all, if you have any questions at all, like, just feel free to. Let's make this all about me. Let's go a Q&A. Haha. I know you guys are here because of me and not because you like Hermitcraft. My life is so sad. But yeah, if you have any question, go ahead. And I have a question for you. Is like, how do you find this stream in particular? Because I had fun here, and view-wise, it was pretty great for a while until Green uploaded and everybody went to see him. Yeah. So yeah, do tell me how you find this episode, this video, because I am thinking currently, and I'm trying to figure out how to. I'm not watching. I don't have time to watch Fullcraft 3, sadly. Like I really want it because of how frequent the uploads on, say, Falses are, and it's a thing that seems to be set up really interestingly. I would be into it, all over the thing, because they have a lot of roleplay. It seems. Like from what I gathered from thumbnails and the little bits that I actually did watch, they have like quite a bit of roleplay. It seems fun. I don't have. I don't have it. I don't have the time to watch it. I have my own channel to do. I have my day job. I have Hermitcraft Recaps to make. I really enjoyed this. It was really chill. Thank you. That because you see, I was pondering if we could do some sort of a collab podcasty type of live stream every now and again with Pixel Riffs on the Hermitcraft Recap channel, and I don't know. Obviously, on this channel, you guys reacted fairly positively to this. Nobody was like accusing me of being a hack and basically profiting off of somebody else's videos, which, yeah, this is ultimately just a reiteration. And Peppermint, I am from Russia. I'm very much from Russia. I mean, I have German roots and I used to speak German, but my mother tongue is Russian, so my accent is basically Russian with some German in it. I love the idea of HCR recap. Yeah, podcast. Me too, but at the same time, like, especially now, I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, we might run out of things to speak of unless we have like guest stars, which that would be amazing. Like to get guest stars every time we get Hermits to actually participate in the recap. It's great. It's amazing. So yeah. Funny story, literally today, earlier today, ZF actually contacted me asking like, hey guys, do you have a custom URL, custom link for your Hermitcraft Recap channel? And I was like, well, we do, you ain't gonna like it. He's like, why? And I'm like, because it's YouTube/C/Fullcraft Recap. Because we started the channel with Fullcraft Recap. Question, in the recap, who does the token and script? Token is done by Pixel Riffs, obviously, but we write the script together at this point. Both of us gather notes on all of the Hermits, and then we basically come together in a voice call, and we basically chat about the notes that we gathered, and we see what's happening. Pixel Riff keeps claiming that I'm the funnier one out of the bunch. I prefer to agree with him because I like thinking that I'm useful. And yeah, basically we sit down, we listen to each other, like we try both to come up with some jokes for the script, with the script itself, find what to say and any additional info we can gather. Like I love what we did with the last episode of Hermitcraft Recap, when like the half of the recap was not even about the videos. Half of the recap was about some random things happening on Twitter, which, yeah, the upcoming video will be also basically the exact same thing as the beginning of this live stream, where we'll be chatting more and more about the setups and like what's happening on the server, rather than like how the server is set up, rather than about the episodes, and then we'll get to the episodes and that kind of stuff. And then I download all the needed clips that we get with notes, while Pixel Riff voices the script, records the script, and then I edit the entire thing together, which yeah, does not take as much time as people tend to think. I didn't watch your stream right from the very beginning. Do you have any info about custom advancements? No, actually, I'm pretty sure there aren't any custom advancements this time, because I've been reading the thing, the information thread, and in it there's no info about it. I don't see any custom advancements, custom achievement. There's only custom crafting. So yeah, that's the thing. Hermitcraft is a much underrated channel for the amount of quality content. Thank you. I heard of it before, but only when I started watching the real. Thank you. Are you watching the right one, the unofficial, the show by Hermitcraft Recap, a show by fans for fans, because that's the proper one. The old one is not functioning. I'm actively removing all the videos from it. English is pretty good. There is like an accent, but it's easy to understand what you're saying. Thank you, thank you. I work on it actually. And I would love to participate more in the actual videos of Hermitcraft Recap. Maybe start doing cameos or full-on voiceovers, because the problem is that I'm not a good voiceover person. Like, I'm much better at talking, just straight up talking, chatting. When I know what I'm talking about, I usually am pretty okay at just saying my mind, like saying stuff. It can lead to some trouble when I just randomly start blabbering about things nobody cares about, like right now. But every now and again, like, I can just go on, and it will be not perfect English, but a pretty okay English. But when I'm lost is when I'm reading from a script. Like, if I memorize the script, I won't have any trouble, like, recreating it, just saying it loud, like, acting it. But if I actually am reading from a sheet of paper or from a screen, my brain can't do two things at the same time. Are you the one who writes the Hermitcraft Recaps? Again, we write them together, but I am credited as a writer, because in the very beginning, funny story, in the season 4, we didn't do the call with pixel riffs. We instead used to, like, it used to be that I write the entirety of the script and I take all the notes, while at the same time pixel riffs is just voicing it, which led to some places where, some bits where you could hear that there was a joke in the script, but Pixel didn't know that it was supposed to be a joke, and he didn't do a delivery, and that's my fault. I'm not blaming him. That's absolutely my fault for that back then not actually not telegraphing to him, this is a friggin' joke, make it funny. While, like, interesting thing is that nowadays, when we write something, and I actively ask Pixels, like, okay, look, I don't necessarily speak English entirely. I'm not from England or from USA. I don't know how your humor works. Does this register? Like, that's the phrase I keep repeating. Like, okay, I wrote a joke here. Does it register? Well, now we have Grand, now all we need is Dante DM. Dante DM and Captain Sparkles both don't fit Hermitcraft, like, at all. Like, Dante DM is too child-oriented, and Hermitcraft, meanwhile, has a fan base with a certain mature taste. Like, there is a certain amount of more or less mature viewers to Hermitcraft. I say sitting there like a giant man-child, but you get my point. Hermitcraft always positions itself like as a more of a, not really mature, but you know, it takes itself more serious. And then Iskal was added to the whitelist, and that kind of had a kibosh put on it. Not really, I'm just kidding. But yeah, did anyone leave Hermitcraft? I mean, if they did, they wouldn't tell you, because there is this mentality of once a hermit, always a hermit. If you were invited at one point to Hermitcraft, then you will be always allowed to return. Unless you were on the first season. Like, people from the first season don't count. But if season 2 and up, you were at one point a member of Hermitcraft, you're free to return. You're free to come back and record. So, by that rule, by that logic, if... I heard it on the live stream of Exuma, if you don't mind. Okay, I'm not pulling this out of my butt. I'm actually, I'm more or less know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's near impossible to leave Hermitcraft. It's near impossible to be kicked in because of how precise they are with who they are allowing on the server. So if somebody is on the server, they won't really have them. Leavers from Hermitcraft usually YouTube at all. Not necessarily YouTube at all. They usually just I have said that more than once. Yeah, that's my point. So that's the thing. If say Top Mass decided, you know what, I'm gonna do Minecraft YouTubing. I'm gonna go back to Hermitcraft, which if he did, I wouldn't blame him for that. They would probably react like positively and be like, okay, sure. Bring back Spam Whack. And Pixel keeps using it as a joke, but seriously, Spam is One of the best sarcastic minds of this generation. Bring him back. Tell him to stop making the freaking Overwatch videos, although he did. He stopped making Overwatch videos. So yeah, although honestly, Spamwalk is best when he just makes videos about whatever he freaking wants. Spamwalk is that. One of his latest videos is like, okay, guys, so did you know that the Jersey Shore, no, the Kardashians, did you guys know that the Kardashians Android game is better than the Harry Potter Android game? And I just, yeah, that's a video, and he makes some legitimate points, and he actually plays the game. It's a hilarious video. So I don't know much about why it happened, but I think it's ironic that the guy Hermitcraft is named after the original Hermitcraft. But that's the thing, he's the only person that they ever said they don't want on. Like, Generic B, and I don't want to steer the drama, even though I'm absolutely steering the drama here. Generic B was, yes, Green is on Season 6. Aditya, welcome to the real world. We've been freaking out about it basically for an hour here. Yeah, Generic B is one of those people that I recall at one point on Twitter or on Reddit was confirmed as they don't want him on. Like, they actively don't want him. They either considered it already, and some people voted no, and they decided no, we aren't allowing him, and they just addressed the result of that consideration, of that vote, or they just collectively decided, you know what, no, this is like one person where we put in our foot down, and we're saying no, this guy is not allowed. And it seems like they, what's more important, what I find more important is that Generic B has also went on record on Reddit. You can find his reply to that, and his response is also absolutely level-headed and absolutely fine, because he is, well, he is fine with the decision, he respects the decision. He said that he respects the decision, he agrees with the decision, and he says that it's good, it's fine. If they feel like he doesn't fit, they have a point, as he said, and he's okay with that. So, do you think System Z could do the first day recap again, just for giggles? That sounds absolutely like something I would do. But nowadays, System Z is a part of Evolution SMP, which skyrocketed his channel. So, thank you for whoever invited him on that. I love when good things happen to people that I enjoy, and I enjoy Generic, not Generic B. I don't actually watch Generic B, not anymore and not before. But yeah, I enjoy System Z and his content. And the problem with the skyrocketing is that nowadays I can't reach him, is the problem. And when I can reach him for like, you can't make plans with him anymore. That's the problem. He's like, him and Mamba Jamba are the two people that I constantly have this problem with. It's like, I message them about something important, and they're like, yeah, sure, I'm up for it. Just, sure. Get back to me when you have the precise like script for me to read. And I'm like, yes, I will. And then I write the script and I come back to them, and they're like, they just don't reply. Because I'm betting that that's not because of their malicious intent. I feel like that's just because like my message, because of how much they get like around, my message is just buried below like tons and tons of other personal messages. So yeah, Zombie Clear has a bot, by the way. I know, I watched it. Grant's episode was awesome. Okay, we'll check it out. And out of the two of us, yeah, Pixel does have a better voice. System Z feels, he told me he feels actually kind of uncomfortable doing the voiceover, and I can't blame him. Yeah, he's just better suited for improvisation. I feel the same, but well, whatever. Mamba is uploading in 20 minutes. That's great. Shoo! That's pretty much all that I wanted to talk about. Do you guys have anything else to say? Green actually created the Evolution SMP series ironically. What do you mean ironically? It would be ironic if he didn't actually play on it. It's kind of like I was at the beginning. I wasn't sure how to sell the jokes. Well, no wonder you had no idea that the jokes were the jokes. Like that's again, if you rewatch our old episodes, first of all there was like one joke for the entire episode, and then it kind of skyrocketed and it escalated, especially once we started actually chatting about it. Hi Morandil. So yeah, and it's especially like hard to pinpoint what is and isn't a joke or a reference when you don't actually watch the episodes and you don't know something actually happened or it's just Lloyd being goofy. I'm just tuning in. Could you start over from the beginning or quickly recap everything in 10 minutes or less? So, Hermitcraft Season 6 started. It has growing and bot and pirates. Piratov. Pirates. It has pirates and land and sea and the song in the heart. No, that thing. So yeah, that's about sums it up. Could have just done that instead of, you know, an hour and a half live stream. Idiot. Yeah, Mamba does serve as a bit of an entity to like entry point for a lot of people, which I don't find frustrating. I just find it frustrating when people like, I only watch Mamba Jamba, and they're like proud of it. I mean, good for you, man. You only watch Mamba Jamba. Oh, okay, it doesn't matter, but don't act like that makes you better than anybody else. I just don't know. I don't get it how you can only care for like one person on this server because of how many great, amazing people there are on it. But then again, I'm a YouTube nerd. I'm very much into YouTube. Like I probably watched like 30 to 40 YouTube videos just today, and that's not counting Hermitcraft. So whatever. Exuma does too, I think. Yeah, he is an entry point, and I'm pretty sure it was Keralis and Exuma who originally roped me in, because I googled something for Redstone and I stumbled on Mamba Jamba's video, but I wasn't watching Mamba Jamba's Hermitcraft series. I watched Keralis one because I liked it better. The first video of Mamba that I watched was actually the worst piston house ever. Okay. But yeah. Punches was my entry point. Pix, you are a unique person. A unicorn. Does Punches even do videos anymore? Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't. So, that's about sums it up. I'm glad that we got this out of my system. Only for it to get back into my system tomorrow when we will be writing the Day 1 recap of Hermitcraft. Yay! How do you feel about Green joining? I'm fine with it. So yeah, to be continued. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. I'll think and ponder about either doing this more or doing like a collab with Pixel podcast if it's possible at all, because again, if we do it on weekend, it's like near impossible, and also there is a probability that if we just do a podcast like that, we'll just spoil all the jokes for the actual episode. We don't want to do that. So yeah, thanks again for hanging out. Do subscribe if you aren't subscribed yet. That would be nice. I should have said it before we dropped to 30 viewers, to 20, to 10, to 30. Okay. Yeah. Again, love you and bye bye.